Alright, so Inspiration Wednesday. This is actually the last page in this journal. I've been kind of turning the book so it will be a little bit flatter, but yeah, so this is the last page. It's just a single page here at the end. So I am going to do an image transfer because when I was in New Zealand there was one group I did not get image transfer to, so we're going to do it today. So the first thing I'm going to do, just because I want to, is to just gesso this and get all clean. I think I'm going to gesso the front and the back of the inclusion. And then kind of start from there. I do have an image that I pulled off of Pinterest. It's like a key, just some patinaed door. And I think I'm going to do that one. I made it a little bit smaller to fit here. And I think that's what I'll transfer. But I'm going to put some gesso on here, get it all nice and cleaned up. If I poke a hole, this is what happens when you're gone for 2 weeks. All of your paint, if you don't close it, will dry out. Alright, so that said, I'll open up my paint here, gesso the pages. So image transfer. A lot of people tell me that they struggle with image transfer. And it's not an exact science. It takes many different components to make it work out great. I'm going to be using Golden regular gel matte. I find that's the best one. I get the best quality transfers. Of course, I'm setting myself up. I better get a good one if I'm going to say that. But you can use Claudine Hellman's Studio Medium. The process is just a little bit different, and I will tell you that as I start to work because it's the same up until a point. So I am going to take my brush and just brush on. I'm going to cover the whole page because my image is actually the size of the whole page, and I'm going to do my best to put a moderate coat on there. And what I mean by moderate is that it's thick enough, whoops, so that it won't dry by the time I get the image to it. And it also is not so thick that I will have it oozing out the sides when I press the image down into it. So I'm just going to make sure I get this nice and smoothed out. And an image transfer is not, you know, going to be an exact representation of the image. You know, you're going to have room for error. Alright, so I'm just going to press this down. I'm putting it ink side down. This is from an inkjet printer, so you don't need toner copies or anything fancy like that. Alright, so I'm just going to put this down like this. My main purpose right now, no matter whether you're using Studio Medium or Liquitex or regular gel from Golden, is that you need to make sure that the whole surface area is touching that page. And you're just going to burnish the back. You could take a bone folder, or you could just use your hands. Now with the Golden gel medium, you actually can give this about a minute, minute and a half, depending on the humidity where you are. And give it a minute and a half, and you just kind of peek under the side. And you should be able to see it start to transfer. So I'm just going to give it just a slightly bit more time. If you're using the Studio Medium or any other medium outside of Golden, you want to let it dry completely. Let it dry completely, and then you'll rip off the paper, what will come off, and then you'll spray water to the back and rub it off. Golden is the only one I've used that will allow you to skip that step. It looks like I let it dry just a bit too long. So that said, this one is a little bit more stuck than I'd like, so now I'm going to use water and spritz the back and get the extra off. So let's see what we get here. The bigger the image, obviously the room for more error. So it's really juicy here. That's kind of what it tells me, even here. I didn't put it on quite as evenly as I should have, and I should be able to just rub away that paper. Now, if there's any parts of this that are really too stuck is when I can use the spray bottle. I'm thinking I can rub most of this away without having to go to the spray bottle. Now, if you were using the Studio Medium and you have waited for it to dry and then you sprayed the back and you have something like this, it might get cloudy again. So you might have to do a couple sprays with that water bottle just to make sure you get all the extra paper off. With the Golden, what I rub away now, what this looks like, it's truly what it looks like. Sometimes with that Studio Medium, you get it all the extra paper rubbed away, and then when you dry it, it clouds over again. So you just need to do a couple extra more steps with the Studio Medium, but a lot of times your image transfer will come out a little bit nicer because it's actually totally adhered to the surface. So, you know, one has one set of techniques, the other has the other. I just like immediate gratification, which is why I use the Golden. All right, so I've got that transferred in there. Get that out of the pages. And I'm not sure, I can actually take this and transfer a part of it over here. Maybe I should do that. maybe I'll just do a piece of this here and a piece on the other side. It's a bigger image, so maybe I'll just get that texture part of it on there. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then I'll be back with all the images down. So I'm really happy with those image transfers. I am going to use it as kind of a background, and I'm going to wash this a little bit with some gesso. Even though I love the image, I still don't want it to be in the foreground. I kind of want it to be in the background. So I'm just going to take a little bit of gesso and my spray bottle and my brush, and I'm just going to give that a light wash of gesso. Now, I put a lot on there, so I might use a baby wipe to just get some of that off, because I don't want it to all go away. So I've got that, and let me just get a baby wipe, which have probably been open for the 2 weeks that I have been in New Zealand, and bring that back out again. Alright, so I've got that on there. And I'm thinking I need a little bit more white just to kind of fade those edges. So I'm going to do a little bit more of a wash, but not quite over the middle. Keeping it towards the ends just to have it blend in a little bit nicer. So I just want to get rid of that hard line up there. Alright, so I set out to do an image transfer, and that's what I have, and then I didn't have any ideas outside of that. So let's build some layers on top of this. Not really sure what I want yet, so I guess I'll be back. Alright, I do have some washi tape here. I think this is from Basil. And I'm thinking washi tape can't be wrong, right? So let's see if I can't put a little bit of that in there and a little bit more texture and some layers. So I'm going to put this on here. Let me put some over here. And then I'm going to put some gel medium or maybe some Collage Page on top so that those layers don't come up at some point, because sometimes this washi tape, I know it says it's tape, but it doesn't always like to stick. So I put a couple more of those on here, and then I'll put some Collage Page on top so that they don't come up, and then we'll build some more layers into it. A little bit of mica flake paint. That might be fun. Let's see what that looks like. It's just gold mica flakes. It's the golden large mica flake. So just kind of brush over. See if we can't get any of those to stick. Kind of fun. Sometimes gold mica flake isn't enough. So I'm going to just show you really quick how cool that looks on there. Just really, really cool. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of the gold extra fine, iridescent gold extra fine, and put that around the edges. And I'm just going to put a little pile here on my palette pad, and then just kind of take my finger and go around the edges just to make this even more gilded. Pulled out a tag like this. I'm thinking that might look cute there with the date. And then I pulled out my stamp that says "Be open to what comes next." I think it's kind of fitting for the end of this book to have that in it. So I'm just going to, this is the Timber Brown stays on. Let's see, that's right. All right, I like that. Maybe I'll put some kind of frame around it. Maybe not. Maybe I'll stamp my date, and then I'll come back and maybe I have something else I want to do with that. So let's find my date stamp here. Here it is. And today is, what is today? God, you know, the whole travel jet lag thing, it's the 29th. I feel like I missed like a whole couple of days. I probably did. All right, talking to myself. All right, I'm going to stamp the date. I'm going to get a little masking tape here so I can read what I stamp. May 29th. Fabulous. Give this a little tear. I'm gonna get my tiny attacher. The dog's playing with this little chew toy. Can you hear it in the background? Oh, I can only do 2 because look, I ran out of staples. So 2 today. It's gonna throw me all off, you know that. All right, and then do I want to put anything around that? Maybe I just want to leave it. I don't know, maybe I'll come back. Not quite sure yet. So here's a thought. I have this stamp, but I don't want all the rectangles. Maybe I do. I'm thinking, maybe I'll go around with a gelato. That might be fun. All right, let me see if I can get a gelato. All right, so I've got my brown gelato here. I'm gonna go around here like this. Dog and the damn squeaker, really. Maybe I'll do all of them. Who knows? The good news is if I don't like what I do here, I can always wipe it away because it's gelato and it's watercolor. All right, so I'm gonna give this a spritz. And let's see if that's anything that I like. You can't really tell, so maybe I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it like that. Just kind of take that. Yeah, that's good. Just wipe away all the lines. Okay, I like that. And I think I'm done. Let me dry this and then I'll know for sure and I'll be back. All right, so I don't love that because it's not enough. So I've got my brown Montana paint pen. I'm thinking maybe I can just, you know, just do something like that. Not sure I love that either, but we'll see what we get here. Staples into my tiny attachment. I'm thinking maybe the other answer, because I totally did not like that. So just put this here. Maybe I'll just tear a little bit of that away. And maybe it goes that way. Oh, it definitely goes this way. Totally have to put this over here now. Oh, I'll totally sleep better tonight now. All right, so I think that's it for Inspiration Wednesday. I love the reflective qualities of this. Really cool image transfer, adds depth and all those layers on top, kind of just pack it down. It's a great way to end the book too. So next week, I believe I'm going to take a week where we review, because I'm at the end of this book. We're going to just review all the Inspiration Wednesdays from this one and pick my favorites, because next week I'm going to take a quality day with my daughter Peyton, and we're going to take all day just to be together, so I will have no time to do Inspiration Wednesday. So be back next week for the review of this journal, and then the following week we'll start a new one.